So I'm going to make a screen recording of how to use an EX24 sampler in Logic using this piano loop here. Well, that one there. So first, I am going to open up. If I double click on the sound wave, it will open up the sample editor section of Logic. So lift that up so you get a better view of it. And zoom out so you can see all the waves properly. So we're starting from 1. Start. That's one note being played, and there's another note as it continues. And I'm going to go on to the piano loop on the inserts, and on here there's a tuner, so I can listen to each note and determine what note it is for later. First, I'll play the note, and that comes out as C1. Actually, we may as well listen to all of them. Then there's a C2, C3, a C4, and a C5. Oh, I think that was that one, last one there. Oh, and a B5. Probably I should check if that was a B5. Yeah, it's a B5 at the end. So if we go back to the start, and zoom in on this first wave to the very start of it, we can then zoom out so we know we got exactly where the first part of the note is played. And if you shift click at the end of where you selected, you can drag it and reselect. And we want to bring that right up as close to this next wave as possible, because it will help us for selecting the start of the next wave. So again, shift click and put it right against the end. Then if you click on audio file and save selection as, it will let you save what you've selected. And we'll save that as C1 because that's the note it is, and that'll be useful for later. I'm going to put that in. We'll put that on this memory stick for now. And you save that as it is. And then we can move on to the next wave. Zoom out and shift click at the start of this wave. You can drag past onto the next wave. We can move this tune out of the way. Or no, move it out of the way. We'll zoom in on this next wave at the start so we can put up against it. And shift click. So you can listen to this one wave now. It will just play through that. And again, we'll save selection as. This is C2. Now we can zoom out and move on to the third wave. You can usually just put up to them by eye from that far. You don't need to zoom in. So that's C3. That's C4. That one was C5. And finally C6, or B6. Yeah, it was B6. No, B5, not B6, it's B5. See, that one was B5. Now we can close the sample editor section, and no, we don't want an audio instrument, we want to get a software instrument. And we need an ESX24 sampler. And we open the sampling window and click Edit, Instrument, and New to clear out the old instrument that was already programmed into it. And you click Zone and Load Multiple Samples. And now you can select all of your previously recorded samples. And check over all of them, yeah. And add all. No, not those ones. Then you click Done. And because we put the note of each, the name of each note in, you can auto map by reading the root note from the audio file. And click OK, and it should put them all in. To be able to play a full functioning piano. And if you want, you could reverse the notes, but probably no need to do that. Now if we move on to putting a bit of modulation onto this piano sound, so it's sort of, you can make it sound more realistic, or you could, let's just save the sample instrument first. What you can do is, because we're using a MIDI keyboard, there's a modulation dial on it, like the pitch bending dial, so the little thing that moves up and down, so when you play a note you can bend it. So if we wanted to change the key, like the pitch of the note, so we could select if we wanted to control the pitch, and we want to do it with, let's pick LFO1. And we can use, if you use Control 11, this expression one here, and then change the distance between these two, so that when you have the wheel all the way down, it's down here and it's turned off and there's no modulation happening. But as you turn it up, it increases the amount of modulation you're using. So when you press this G3 note, all you hear is your G3, but then as you turn up the modulation, it bends. That's usually used on more of a guitar type instrument, probably, or a violin. That's the sort of things you can use the sampler for, and it still has all the usual parts for synth, like a cutoff. That's a low pass filter. And it has volume and everything else you'd expect in a sampler.